We are recording. Welcome, everyone, listening to, and without an echo that I've confirmed from a few people regarding the open house, regarding the naptimereviewer.com. My name's Adam Beebe. I'm joined by Kristen. Is it Casados?
Yep, Casados.
Okay. I direct the department here at Latonas.com for brokerage. Chip Bowerly is the selling broker. He is the gentleman whose picture and whose phone number and email you will see on the listing when you go to Latonas and view the Reviewer. I'm conducting it. The site itself is being offered and is being represented by Chip Bowerly. So all questions will be directed to him. I'm obviously here to help anybody as that comes up, but I'll also go over his information and my information at the very end. So again, Kristen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And let's begin here.
All right.
A little housekeeping first and foremost. People listening to this as a recording, this doesn't really apply. But as you're listening here, everybody has either dialed into the phone number or they have called in or used their mic, I should say. The only way to answer the question, and I know it's working, or ask questions is through the question functionality in the GoToMeeting software. You ask anyone listening live, if you ask that question will be asked verbatim either that moment or at an appropriate moment to come, meaning it'll be covered definitely within the presentation. But please send those questions in. I know Kristen is eager to talk about the site and more than capable of doing so. But on that, let's get started on what the actual site is. These are, and anything I'm going to be showing you here as it relates to financials and also traffic, these are things that are available on Latonas.com without a signed NDA. We do have a robust prospectus on file. And for those listening live or recording, there is an NDA. There is a prospectus that's available that goes in a bit more detail of the site. We do need a signed NDA from you in order to do that and send you one. We're looking at annual revenues right at $30,500, very minimal expense, so a highly profitable site relative to expense. Listing price is $130,000. We have the owner operator of the site who's joined us, and that's Kristen. Um, Again, these numbers, everyone listening, is available for you in the listing Latonas.com. If you click on these hyperlinks, you can see the monthly past 12 trailing months of revenue, expenses, uniques, and page views. So that's all available for you at your leisure. Kristen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute myself right now because really the relevance of this slide is this is your, well, no, I know you've got one now and you've got one virtually arriving. But Naptime Reviewer is your baby, so to speak, no pun intended.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
the history of the site. This is where you go in, hey, what gave you the idea to start it? What's going on with it throughout its lifetime of a couple years, and what's its present situation. So I'll turn the mic over to you, please. Give us a little
Thank
history.
you. Okay, so here, this is the homepage. You can see I cover kind of babies and kids, just kind of a general overview of babies and kids. We do toys and, clothing and skincare products and all that stuff, anything that falls under babies and kids products. We do the beauty and style, and that's typically women's beauty and style, but I do feature some men's products. And travel, that is actually the family travel category. And we're one of the only mommy blogs that actually covers international family travel. So meaning our family has traveled multiple times out of the country on different vacations. Some of them have been sponsored, some of them not. But we cover everything on the site, and people reaching out to have their resorts covered reach out to us, if they have a sponsored trip or whatever. We do giveaways, which is a big way to bring unique visitors to our site. People love freebies. People love to try to win things, and the giveaways are a great way to bring people in, and it's a great way to basically kind of get free marketing because the people are spreading the word about the giveaways at no charge to us. So, and the plus more category, that's kind of everything else. That's the household, the DIY, the party, anything else that we decide to cover. We have a hard time saying no to all the emails that come in asking for coverage on our site. So that's kind of where the plus more is, and then obviously the contact section. But the history of the site, originally we had a whole different look, and I wanted more of a custom look, and that avatar actually looks a lot like me with the brown hair and everything. So that's where that little avatar came from. And this is actually, we purchased a pre-made blog template and had it customized to our site. So the little superhero mom cape there is pink because I have a baby girl. She's 3 now, and I actually have another baby due any day now. And that globe represents the travel section, and that originally in the pre-made template was a soccer ball, and I wasn't quite a soccer mom yet, so we still have the baby bottle for the baby section, and then the globe there for the travel. So
Very
the
clever.
site was sorry.
No, it's just very clever. Very nice.
Yeah, yeah. And that avatar is huge. I was, thinking about branding and everything, and that avatar is it's what stands out. And we purchased another pre-made template to go with more of like a simple look, and it was kind of black and white with just a little bit of that turquoise in there. And I got feedback from everybody on Facebook, and they were saying they wanted the old template back. They liked the old template. And what I love about this template is it's easy on the eyes. It's easy to find what you're looking for. And, it's usually moms and, busy parents that are coming to the site to look for reviews on things they're potentially going to buy or enter giveaways or, stuff like that. And they don't have time to try to figure out where to go. So I wanted it to be very easy on the eyes, and the colors are easy to look at, and it's not too busy of a site. So overall I've been actually really happy with this template.
Now it's only you who own the site. Doesn't your mother, I think? I mean, who?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So my,
just you
my
that
mom
own
is
it.
my employee.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, she's my employee, but she volunteers her time and basically just works for the product. I don't pay her.
Right.
And with the new baby coming and stuff, she's really been helping out a lot. And she doesn't really know the admin side of things, and struggles with kind of like the tweaking of the HTML here and there. And I'm not the best at it either, but I can Google what I'm looking for and kind of figure it out if
Sure.
I have any problems. But so she writes blog posts for me. She covers more of the household and she does a lot of traveling herself too. Both of my parents are retired, so they do a lot of traveling. So she covers a lot of travel stuff on the site, meaning travel products and even travel deals that she finds, and all the many vacations they go on.
All right, sounds great. Great job there. And the history of the site, and I know we have it on the Latona's homepage. It's 2012. When did the site go live?
So it was July 2012, but it wasn't. It was still it was the naptimereviewer.blogspot.com, and then 2013 I actually purchased the naptimereviewer.com to make it more
Hmm.
professional, because it was kind of a tester at first. Like I didn't know if I truly had enough time to do this. I had never done anything like this before. I had gone from working full time to being a stay-at-home mom, and I just felt like I needed something to do besides, care for a child all day long. So that's 2013 is when I really just started taking it seriously, and it just kind of like blew up from there. It just became very popular, and I cannot believe it.
Excellent. Great job.
Yeah,
Congratulations. That's awesome.
thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
and you're seeing analytics right now, and this will really be going back over the past year, showing total users, page views. Um, Speak to us a bit, and we'll get more into it. But as far as you don't buy traffic, but as far as what
Yeah.
do you see as traffic coming in? How are you getting traffic?
So like I mentioned before, the giveaways is a huge way to bring in new traffic because, like I said, people love
Everybody
freebies.
likes
They
to,
love to, and
yeah,
everybody loves a freebie.
yeah.
So giveaways, I tend to market my giveaways on other bloggers' giveaway sites. There's this huge network out there, and a lot of them open up giveaway linkies meaning in the very beginning I did a lot of linking my giveaways up to their linkies just to, get cross exposure basically. And so sometimes I do that, but a lot of times I just promote my giveaways on Facebook, and people share them and we get new visitors that way. And yeah, I've never paid for traffic. I've never paid for email subscribers. I've never paid for social media followers. So everything is just good old fashioned hard work. And I do a lot of promoting on sites like StumbleUpon, which is a great way to get new visitors. And then, yeah, I don't know, just Google searches. People search and find me, and I can't really explain any further. I just
That's
somehow we
clear.
get the visitors.
No, that's good. No paid traffic, and it's all quality content, deriving
Yeah.
mostly from the U.S. Um,
Mm-hmm.
are you doing anything that is specifically geared to a country? Which I mean, it's the U.S. since it's a .com, and also since that's where most of the traffic is coming from. But
Mm-hmm.
have you ever
Yeah.
thought like, I'm going to do something specific for the country of Australia or specific for Canada, anything like that?
Um, each year I participate in, it's called the Ultimate Online Baby Shower Campaign, and that is with a Canadian-based PR company that I've been very close with over the past 2 years. And so I specifically ran one giveaway last year geared towards Canadians, because we have a lot of Canadian visitors, but we kind of forget about them. And a lot of the companies that are running or offering the giveaway prize only want to ship to United States. So it's rare when we find one that's like Canadians only. So we did that. I don't know if that is what brought a lot of traffic from Canada. I don't know, but I really don't. I'm not country specific. So yeah, it's really open to the world.
I understand. Good stuff. Organic search, and this bears out that you're not buying any traffic. I want to see, and
Mhm.
it's actually, relative to percentage wise, and also relative to other sites that we represent and sell and all that.
Mhm.
You're pretty active, percentage wise, on social media. Can you go into detail as far as what all you're doing social media wise?
So social media wise, I think I mentioned earlier that when people are entering giveaways, they are pretty much doing free marketing for me. And what I mean by that is, as part of the entry method, they can tweet about the giveaway, and the tweet is pre-set up by me in the giveaway form, and I use rafflecopter.com for our giveaways. And the tweet it tags me and it tags the brand that we're promoting. So that is huge. And then I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I don't really have too many followers on Instagram, but Facebook is Facebook and Twitter are our biggest social media sites, and a little bit of Pinterest too. You just have to, with Pinterest, you have to make sure your images are pin worthy basically, and they're gonna draw people to come to your site. So yeah.
I got it, and I think we will go a little bit more into that in a bit. Pretty
Yeah.
impressive backlink structure, especially given the size and really the age of the site. What are you doing?
Hmm.
What are you doing as it relates to backlinking?
Quick question: are the backlinks the ones that people are linking to me, or I'm linking to them?
Those are people, when you see external backlinks, these are people who are linking to you. So
Okay, so this is brands that are, they know I'm promoting them on their site. So in exchange, they're promoting on their
so it's a
blogs or
link
their social
exchange, right?
media.
You post mine,
Yeah.
I'll post yours. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and it's not something that I even ask brands to do. It's just something they do. And then other bloggers, I mentioned the giveaway linkies. A lot of times they will just grab my giveaway URLs and just post it to
Right,
their site.
that makes
So
sense.
it kind of looks like they're offering more giveaways, but really they're directing people to
That
different
makes
sites.
sense.
So
Yeah, so
yeah,
someone will go to their site, say, "Hey, I can sign up for this," and they'll come
yeah,
back to
yeah,
that site even if it's someone else. All right, that's
yeah.
good. Um, do you? But you're not buying any backlinks. You're not. This is all just an
No,
exchange
no.
and all. and we'll get into it
Yeah,
again. This is Majestic SEO. Anyone can go here and do the research on it. But the big thing
mhm.
is here, these are all natural, these are all link exchange, these are all quality links that you're exchanging, meaning it has some relevance to your site, at least the ones
Yeah,
that you're
and
proactively
a lot
doing.
of times, I mean that number was impressively big. The external backlink number, I actually had no idea it was that large, but and it's again like I'm not agreeing like I'll exchange this for a backlink or whatever, because that to me that kind of almost sounds like a paid link or something like that. You know,
Hmm.
I have most of the time I have no idea if anybody's linking back to me unless they tell me. So I was impressed with that number too.
Good stuff. Okay, well, speaking of which, here are some of the ones. Um, these are all, I mean, you had some sort of, I mean, with telecommunications, the VTech phones, baby monitors,
Mhm.
which obviously
Yep.
is relevant, um,
Yeah.
baby cameras right there. What is
Yep.
I've heard of that. Highlands.com? What is that?
Highland. So I am at Highlands is a homeopathic brand. They sell homeopathic baby products,
Got it.
adult products like cough and cold, and I'm actually a Highlands brand ambassador. So I monthly I run various campaigns for Highlands, basically in exchange for product. But I love the brand, so I really don't require much compensation
Is
from
that
them.
transferable to the new owner?
I believe it will be because it's the website that they want, you know. And
Right.
I've personally built up a relationship with the PR rep for Highlands, and I could easily just have her
That
transfer
makes
it.
sense, and that's pretty intuitive. It's I'm sure your relationship's strong, and it's mostly based on the website. So I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
SCM Rush here again. Anyone uh, can access this. Really, what this is speaking to is that hey, you're not buying any traffic. It's all organic. You're not working paid traffic much, and that's really positive. There's not much really to speak on that one. You're not buying any keywords. Here's a lot. Here's some of the stuff that you rank for. I don't know what some of this stuff is, but I know it relates to Peter Rabbit. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Well,
So
that giant
yeah.
Defy, that's a bicycle. My husband does cycling, so he wrote a review about his bicycle, and that was super popular and still is. And then like the Magic Pads, those are actually like acne pads for the face, you know, face wipes.
Okay.
And Delsey, that's a luggage company, and I actually work with them quite a bit. And review new products, and I take the products on my trips with me. Peter Rabbit Organics, those are squeezy pouch foods for babies. And then Cold Ease, those are
I've heard of them.
natural, like cold
Yeah,
remedy things.
I know what they are. Now here, this
Yeah.
is impressive. This is impressive. You've the site obviously really came online to a more robust extent, later
This,
2012, moving into
mm,
2013. But what we're looking at here is the last trailing 12 months, and obvious to anyone is an upward trend. And these are organic, non-paid, gotten through social media. There's
mm,
slight dips and ups and downs, but the overall trend obviously is exceptionally up. What do you
yeah.
attribute that to? I mean, obviously quality content, but what else can you speak about this on?
I do a lot of like I come up with fun events, or I get invited to join in on blogger events. And like I mentioned before, the Ultimate Online Baby Shower, I believe that one was in July, so you can see a big spike in July 2014. They run, I think, three of them, two to three of them a year. So we actually have another one coming up. So we're expecting another big spike in traffic. But you can see that dip in, looks like June. I went on a vacation there. So I wasn't devoting a ton of time in June. But yeah, like those I like to run things like gift guides, and then ask all of the sponsors that are sending me products to feature in the gift guide to also sponsor a giveaway. And so we do a lot of promoting these ahead of time, and then when we will run like a 1 week baby shower gift guide, for example. That's the one we just got done with. And I gave over $1,200 worth of prizes away for moms and baby girls, and it was just one winner won that prize. And so and they don't have to be giveaway based. The events don't have to be giveaway based. They can be review based, and we still get traffic. So I would say it's a lot of those events that you see the big spikes from.
Okay, and there may be a little delay. I put myself on mute while you're talking. This is pretty standard.
Oh.
Also, obviously, if the uniques go up, the page views are going to go up. Having said that, the page views seem to be. Are you doing anything differently to have people stay on the site longer?
No, but I did notice my bounce rate it was like 2% this past month, which is crazy low, and I don't know what it is. A lot of times in my giveaways, I'll ask people to visit some of my sponsors pages. So I wonder if maybe they're kind of bouncing around looking for a sponsor to visit as, like an extra, they get a little bonus entry for that. And maybe they're just, bouncing around from page to page. I'm not quite sure why they're hanging around longer now. Also, the longer articles help them
Sure.
stay around longer. And then, in the article, I'll ask them to, if you didn't read my previous article, bounce over here and check that out. And it kind of takes them from page to page. And obviously the whole point is to get people to stay on longer. So I
Makes
try different
sense.
methods.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Now, here's where,
Mhm.
Kristen, if you would, I am going to put myself on mute. And then when you're
Okay.
done talking about a specific screen, just say
Mhm.
next or advance, and
Okay.
I'll do that. So I'm going to totally turn the mic over to you. This is your admin section. What is the
Mhm.
site built on? What platform? I'll kick it off like that and let it go to you.
Okay, so this is blogger.com. Blogger is super, super easy to use. I would love to take it over to WordPress, but I just haven't had the time to do that. I'm really comfortable with Blogger. So right now we're seeing the comments section, and a lot of times in our giveaways or just in a review, I'll leave a little thing at the bottom saying, let me know your thoughts. Have you tried this product? What's your thoughts? Or if it's a giveaway, I'll ask them to leave a comment letting me know why they're trying to win this prize, or who they're trying to win it for, or if they've ever heard of this brand, or what kind of brand of whatever they use. So we get a lot of comments. We actually get a lot of spam comments too, which is quite annoying, but luckily those don't actually show up unless we publish them. But you can see the published comments, is quite high. So you can go on to the next page, the next slide. So this is the layout page. This is very, very easy to switch around the layout of everything. You could just click add gadget, and you can click the HTML button from there. And if you want to add, a little image or something, and you have the HTML code, just enter it. It's super easy, and Google makes it really easy to, or Blogger makes it really easy to figure it out if you really don't know what you're doing. There's, always the little help buttons and everything. And a lot of times if it's, I've been getting creative lately trying to change the layout of little things here and there, and tweak the actual HTML code, which I really have no background in, and Blogger really does make it easy. You can go to the next slide. Okay, so this is just the overview page. I don't really spend too much time on this page ever. It's just kind of the generic overview page. Next. So here's pages. Obviously, these are the pages I was talking about, like the babies and kids, the beauty style, the plus more, the giveaways page. I have a lot of, originally when the template wasn't so nice looking, I had a ton of pages created, and I actually had, on the baby page, I would have every link to every review I've ever done in the baby category. And it was really, I mean, I liked it. I could see everything I reviewed, but it was time consuming to constantly update that list. And instead, I just went ahead and created these simpler baby and kids pages, and you can click on the baby and kids page, and then it'll say, please choose a subcategory. And say, for example, you click toys, it'll bring up according to every blog post that has a label of toys, and it'll bring it up in a blog post instead of the link format. So I just kind of made it easier on myself. It was getting way too time consuming. Okay, next. So now we're in the posts. Okay, so the all obviously shows all of the blog posts. You can see a lot of times we'll write my mom, I said works for me, she'll write a draft and have it sit there and let me go over it before we actually publish the post. The scheduled ones, with baby number 2 due any day now, I like to have pre-scheduled posts. So I'm like right now I'm trying to just schedule out as many posts as I possibly can, and I like to have at least one blog post pop up per day just to keep the content fresh. And sometimes if I don't have time to personally write a blog post, a lot of people are reaching out to me to have me promote their Kickstarter campaign or their travel deals or whatever. So I'll just take their content that they sent me, post it to a blog post, and have it scheduled. Usually I do that kind of stuff on the weekends because the weekends are, obviously I don't want to be working on the weekends. So that's for the scheduled one. And then the publish, you can see how many published posts we have there. Okay, next. Okay, so here's the settings. You can see here, this is just like the basic information, the title, the description, privacy, all that good stuff, blog address, and you can see we have a redirect, the napkinreviewer.com or .blogspot.com redirects to the napkinreviewer.com. Permissions, my mom is one of the authors, and then there's me right there. Okay, and then also in that settings thing, you can change the settings of the posts and the comments, like whether you want them to be moderated or, just different things, like whether they have to log into Google Plus to comment or whatever. So those are all pretty self-explanatory there. Next. Okay, stats overview. So these stats always differ from the Google Analytics, and I'm not too sure why. But my page views according to Blogger every day have been at least 10,000. But, if you go to Google Analytics, it shows way less. So I'm not too sure why that is, but you can see page views last month, 215,000. But according to Google Analytics, it's a lot less. So yeah, and then you can see here traffic sources. You can click the more button next to the, the post, the traffic sources, audience, anything to see obviously more under each category, but you can just kind of see where the traffic is favoring and stuff each month. Next. Okay, so here is the template mode, and so when you click template, you can go to edit HTML. And that's where I came, that's where we are right now. So this is all the tricky stuff that I'm not too great with, but I can figure it out, to change colors here and there and change fonts and do all that good stuff. So it's really easy though. And there's a jump to widget button. If you want to jump over to the page list, just click jump to widget, click page list. It'll take you down there. From there, you can figure out, what you want to edit. Next. Template. See, this is just the overview of the template. So like I said, you can click template and then I hit the edit HTML button, or you can click customize, but the edit HTML is really where I customize. And then if, for example, if you did not have the pre-made template that I had, you could completely change the entire layout of the blog by looking at some of the examples where it says simple below. Those are some of, you could click those and it would change the whole look of the blog. And we kind of had something very simple like that in the beginning, and we just needed an actual brand, and that's where that avatar came in. And then I have the mobile disabled right now because I like people to be able to see the whole, just the website as we see it on our computers. The mobile site or the mobile function kind of changes the layout of everything, and sometimes I don't have all of my pages visible on, clickable basically. So if I enable the mobile, version, not every page will be visible. So anyways, I just like to keep that disabled. But next.
Okay, I just unmuted. Thank you for that, Kristen. I just unmuted
Yeah.
myself. This is where I kind of put in my 2 cents worth. Obviously, what we're looking at is revenue, and obviously, what people are seeing right now is an upward trend. Um, the the market difference between December 2013 to January 2014, and then the reasonably consistent, albeit a bit more of an upward trend. Um, what happened the first of the year? I mean, why? What would you attribute this to?
Um, we run a gift guide usually, and it starts last year. I think we started it in October. So I do a lot of prep for that gift guide and start launching all of the, promoting all the products in October and November, and then December, everything is kind of like pre-scheduled, and I'm not really taking too much work at that point. It's just my own personal choice. It's not because of people not reaching out. It's just my own personal choice. I said no to a lot of people in December, or in November, to free myself up in December. I didn't want to be completely busy in December. So, yeah, and then we had that big spike in January. And a lot of people also, their budgets do run out towards the end of the year, their marketing budgets. So you have to get a little creative with content through December. They'll reach out and say, hey, we don't have the budget right now, but we want to collaborate after the first of the year when their budgets are renewed. So there's a big spike. I'm not really expecting that this year, though. We've just had so many more people reach out to us this year, and I'm not really hearing people talk about their budgets not being there. Where like last year, I did a lot of reaching out to companies. This year, I really don't do much reaching out at all. They reach out to me. I'm on their radar now, and so people with budgets are coming to me instead of me coming to them asking, "Do you have a budget? Do you have would you like to market on our site?" So yeah, it's there's been a huge change from December to now.
Sorry, muted myself again. Great explanation. It's pretty clear.
Mhm.
Expenses, we're not talking about. It's just hosting. No, excuse me.
Yeah, I actually don't pay for hosting.
Right.
Blogger does for free, yeah, and
Right.
then it's just paying for that domain renewal once a year, which is $10. And I actually purchased naptimereviewer.com as well, because a lot of times people don't realize there's a the at the beginning. So I have to pay like $13 a year, and it redirects. And then really
There's
there's just PayPal fees. That's
PayPal fees.
really it.
That's right. That's right. I forgot
Yeah.
you sent that. Everyone listening, we just recently listed this property less than a week ago, and right, this is the revised graph to include the nominal PayPal fees that come in per month. So
Mhm.
all good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you've done this to some extent, and what I find is helpful here at the beginning is we don't need your resume, but just kind of the Reader's Digest version. I just got another question in here. Um, and Chris, I'm going to read this verbatim.
Okay.
How about expenses for Rafflecopter and expenses for buying giveaways? Are they all donated by sponsors?
Yes, yeah, I never pay for a giveaway prize, and I never pay for shipping for the giveaway prize. Um, and then Rafflecopter, you have the option of paying monthly, but I do the free version. I take advantage of everything the free version has to offer. I'm a tightwad when I run my site, when it comes to running my site. So I really, I do not pay for, email things. I don't pay for Rafflecopter. So I take advantage of everything Rafflecopter has to offer for free, and that's how we work it.
And the shipping costs you say are paid by advertisers? Or that's the follow-up question there.
So the giveaway prizes, I will have the brand hang on to the prize and ship it directly to the winner. There's been occasional random times where they didn't understand how the process worked, and they would send me, for example, I was reviewing a book, and they would send me an extra book to send to my my winner, and it cost me $2 to ship it, which I didn't ask for reimbursement for. It wasn't a big deal to me because
Sure.
it's not something I often do. Yeah. And most of them, they all know the routine. All the brands know the routine. They know they hang on to the prize. They know they send it to the winner. Most bloggers work that way. It's an easy way to keep costs down.
All right. Those are satisfactory answers there. Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
as far as like how many hours, what is your background? What's your skill set? I know you started this, a couple years ago or so, but
Hmm.
what's your background prior to this, and what can someone expect? How many hours do you spend on it, and just take it from there.
So originally, I had no background in marketing or anything to do with this stuff. I did medical billing, so I was good at communicating with people, and that was really it. So I started originally, I would say, for about a good solid year, from July 2012 to about July 2013. It was about that 1 year mark that I didn't have to continually put in 6 to 8 hours a day. I mean, I was putting in just so much. It was like having a job. And my daughter, she napped twice a day, and that's, we're the nap time reviewers. So during her naps is when I would get all the work done, and then my husband would get home, and I would still continue, reaching out to brands and just getting my name out there. That's what I spent the whole first year doing, and it was really time consuming. And then, like I said, once I hit that 1 year mark, I was just kind of on everybody's radar all of a sudden. And I'm also on sites like topmommyblogs.com. Currently, I think I'm ranked number 2 in the shopping and review category, but we are usually number 1. But overall, out of all of the blogs they list on their site, I think I'm number 14 right now. So when someone searches review blogger, that site is one of the most popular sites that pops up, and so they find me that way. And so that's why I'm not having to reach out to brands all the time. And so now I would say I spend, with my daughter's in preschool, so Tuesdays and Thursdays I spend about 4 hours, 4 hours just answering emails, promoting the giveaways, picking a giveaway winner, promoting the blog posts on social media, making a new blog post, editing images, taking the images of products that are coming in, sending out invoices. It's all easy stuff, and it's actually I really enjoy doing that portion of it. I would rather do the email portion than the blog post portion. But so yeah, right now I would say about 2 hours a day is all that's really required, and that's to keep up with the emails, because once you get behind on those emails, it is so impossible. They're so impossible to catch back up. I get about 30 to 40 brand new emails a day, and those are new brands that we have never worked with, and brands that we have worked with before, and they're reaching out to say, hey, can you feature our product? Or, hey, can I do a guest post on your site? Or, we would like to have you on our blog. Or, it's so many emails a day. So I try to spend a couple hours at least per day just keeping up on the emails, making sure I've responded to everybody. I like to respond within 2 days because people tend to forget about you. And then, and I also like to have fresh content up. So if I have time, I get as many blog posts as I can done. And, in the beginning, it was really hard on my family because I was just glued to my computer. And so now I'm just to the point where I have it down to just a couple hours a day, and my family understands. And it really, because of where it's at, to keep it where it's at, it doesn't require much time at all.
Okay, that's clear.
Yeah.
Site growth, future expectations. What are some things that um, the new you would do if you were the new owner that you've always wanted to do?
So one thing I've always wanted to do is turn it into a community review site, sort of like when you go to Amazon and you purchase a product and you can leave a review with your stars and your comments and everything. I would love to turn it into that, where there's a website called wespring.com, and totally what I wanted to do, and I was so mad to see that they did it. But it's a community review site, and people leave their reviews, and it's all kind of photo based, and people don't have time to read a bunch of junk. They want pictures and all that good stuff. So just a really easy community review site. I also would love to turn it in. I've kind of experimented with this a little bit before, but honestly did not have the time. Turning it into kind of like a blogger, almost like a PR network, where you create this network and bloggers join your network and you find them work. And there's little networks out there. There's big ones. One of them is Mom Central, and I work with them a lot. But I would love to see the site go in that direction, where it kind of focuses on like those main topics that I have up there, or it could focus specifically on baby products or women's products, whatever. But turning it into a blogger PR network would be great. And you know, bloggers would join for free, and then you would charge the brands to find the bloggers and to promote on all, you know, it kind of spiders out. you are the little hub, and then you spread it out to all these bloggers. So I just do not have the time. I do not have the resources to make it happen. Like with the new baby coming and stuff, it's really impossible. At this point, I have to just maintain where we're at, and can't really even think about expanding at this point. And then another direction I have wanted to take it for a really long time also is the online magazine direction. So I actually just got off the phone the other day with one of the reps from issue.com, and they're a big online magazine publisher, I guess you would call them. And she was talking about having my gift guide turned into a magazine, and I would love to do that this year. My holiday gift guide is supposed to launch in November, and actually, if someone purchases it before then, I would be more than happy to do all of the work for free, and throughout the end of the year, because I don't want to make any of the sponsors mad and give the site a bad reputation and stuff. So, and for the most part, I've already been compensated by most of these brands to promote them in November, or some of them in December, but usually November is the big month for the holiday gift guide stuff.
Got a question.
And then I also
go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I was going to say, turning the site into a membership-based site also would be a good thing. And then also creating an app, and either just a giveaway app or an app for reviews, like an Amazon app, for example. So there's lots of different directions. I've always wanted to take this, but
right.
Can't. Yeah.
Verbatim question: how do you charge brands when they contact you to market their services? Is there a flat rate for advertising, or is it by affiliate commissions?
I don't do much affiliate marketing. I honestly don't really see much of a profit they're offering such small percentages. I am part of some affiliate marketing programs, but I do not focus my time on that. So as far as the brands, like depending on the cost of the product they want me to feature, I will. So for example, great example, mountainbuggy.com. If you go to mountainbuggy.com, they are a stroller company. Well, they just sent me a $649 stroller to feature on my site, and I would do like a video review for that. I'm not going to charge that brand because that is a high dollar item. If it's a brand that wants to send me pencils, for example, I'm going to charge them. It really varies. There's not just a flat rate. I don't have this flat rate list posted.
Sure, that's clear. It's a case by case.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
that's clear.
And it's based on kind of like the relationship you have with the brand. A lot of times, I'll just do a favor for a brand if it's hardly any work for me, and I won't charge them. It's really just, do you want to continue to build a relationship with this brand and do a little bit of work for free to get a lot in exchange, or right. It's case by case. It really is.
That's fair, and he confirmed that was a clear answer.
Okay, good.
Why are you selling?
With the new baby on the way, I just don't have the time. I really don't. Like I said, my mom helps me out a lot, and basically where we're at right now, the site is not really going to expand in all these different directions that I want it to expand in. And I'm the type of person that just, I have to have things changing all the time. I have to constantly grow and make it bigger and better.
Right.
And I don't have the time for that right now. And I really would love to focus the time on, my expanding family.
Well, that makes sense. I see you've done
Yeah.
a great job thus far. We've had multitude of questions come in, and they've been answered either within the flow of the conversation or
Hmm.
specifically when I said verbatim there. Um,
Okay.
really, Kristen, we're at the end here. Great job.
Okay. Thank you.
Everyone listening live, recording, the person you will be contacting with interest in the site, thenaptimereviewer.com, is you can get this on latonas.com. Chip Bowerly, his phone number is here. His email is there. My email is adam@latonas.com. I direct the department. My door is always open as well. As mentioned at the beginning, you can request an NDA. Excuse me, I always do that. You can request a prospectus.
Hmm.
We do need a signed NDA in house. So, Kristen, again, thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you have a great great night, and congratulations on the new baby. And thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye bye.